All I can say when I hear what some people have to say about different states reopening is wow. Wow. Especially when they come from across a pulpit. You know, it's ironic. Last week, I listened to what Pastor Jamal Bryant out of Lithonia, Georgia had to say. He's the pastor of New Birth Missionary Baptist Church there in Lithonia, Georgia. And when the governor decided to reopen the state's businesses, he did send out his, information and said how they should reopen and what the requirements were. But he had something strange to say, and that was Pastor Jamal Bryant likened him opening it up to racism and said that when it reopened, they're going to need more caskets. Wow, from a pastor who's supposed to be quoting the scriptures? I guess there's a lot to be said about that 501c3 status because, well, you sort of shed the whole Bible and put on that so that you can roll around in it. I thought it was amazing the way that he said, why would he open up these places? He would open up the beauty parlors and the nail parlors, and he would open up the barbershops, and he's going to open up all the tattoo shops. Why? Because he knows people just got their stimulus, and he wants them to go and spend all their money in those places because he knows that black people don't put any money in their community. Now, let's just be honest. Some of the things that he may have said with regards to us not taking care of our own communities and not frequenting businesses in our community, there is some validity to that. But how dare he use that as a tactic to tell people what they should and should not do? He encouraged scores of women, and I'm speaking specifically to women, because for whatever reason, we're the most gullible, and we, in droves, were all over his Facebook page that night when he went live, coaching him on, telling him, good job, Pastor. You tell him. You make sure you say it. And here's the stupid part. The stupid part is there were a few people who, like myself, have owned salons who are licensed master cosmetologists or just hair designers, and they were all on there contemplating about that not opening, saying they're going to stay closed, and that's great. But let me ask you folks a quick question. When your landlord says that because the state is open and he's got to pay his mortgage and he wants his booth rent or he wants his salon rent from you, who's going to help you pay that? Are you going to be able to pick up the phone and ask that pastor, Jamal Bryant, to help you defray the cost because, well, you listened to his great leadership and his advice and now you can't afford to stay open? Who is going to recoup all of your clients once they've all danced out and gone someplace else because, well, you weren't open? Are you going to be able to ask him to look at last year's number and pay you what you would have gotten based on LY? I don't think so. But I do think that if he decides to go live again and he tells you guys to drop him a couple of bucks, you're going to do it. You're going to do it because you have been conditioned to trusting things that pastors tell you. Any pastor that stands up in a shiny suit and some shoes, you're going to go for it. Isn't it ironic that this is not the first time that pastors have been used to say these types of things? Well, it takes me back to when Margaret Sanger decided that she wanted to handle this deal that she had called the Negro Project. And for those of you who don't know what that is, the Negro Project was a project of trying to cajole the black community to destroy their unborn children or just not have any kids at all under the guise of Planned Parenthood, which she is the mother of. Well, what she did was got a bevy of pastors together and made sure that they could take her message right back to their congregants and get in that pulpit and tell those people, listen, folks, you don't want to have all those extra children economically. It just wouldn't be sound. So it's a good thing to have this whole eugenics mindset. Now, they may not have said it that way, but that's exactly what happened. And that's exactly what's going on right now when you allow a pastor to tell you things that are contrary to the Word of God. I suggest you use faith and you don't move by what you see, because your eyes will always fool you. But the Word of God is true yesterday, today, and forevermore. Fear not. Please like, share, and subscribe. This is Felicia Lockhart, and this has been the Lockhart Perspective.